But yeah, back with the third podcast this fall semester. With my homie Trayvon. I don't know. I don't know. Let him speak for himself, but I don't know if he's a diehard fan. But yeah, we're gonna talk about the Bengals. We're gonna talk about other stuff, basketball as well. So we're gonna get into it. Bengals let go of Joe Mixon in the offseason. Do you think that was the right idea, or do you think Zach Moss is the guy?
No, I don't, bruh. I think it was a very, very dumb decision to let go. Let me not say dumb, okay? Zach Moss is younger. I'm not gonna sit here and act like he just a scrub or anything. Because I'm gonna be honest, he did social flashes the 3 games he did start when Jonathan Taylor got hurt. I did look at his stats then because I was gonna add the man to my fantasy team at that time. But do I think was it worth letting go Joe Mixon? No. But then I also think they also did it just to clear a little bit of cap space to make a deal for Jamar Chase. Hopefully, they can get that done soon. But yeah,
Moss almost at 1,000 yards just in a few games he played. So I mean, he was a good backup for Jonathan Taylor. Me personally, I don't think. I think they should have kept Mixon.
Yeah, agreed.
Talking about that contract with Jamar Chase, how much do you think he should get, or do you think they're gonna get it done?
Do I think they're gonna get it done? Honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know. The way it's looking, no. But it also looked that way with Brandon Ayuk. They got a deal done. Looked that way with CeeDee Lamb. They got a deal done. So it's a possible. I say it's high hopes that they do get a deal done. Do I think he's getting paid enough, or what I think he should get paid? If you ask me, he around the same as like Justin Jefferson. Bro, him and Justin Jefferson are, in my opinion, interchangeable.
All right, so this is the numbers. Justin Jefferson's at 4-year 140. CD's at getting 136. AJ Brown's a little bit different, but you got 120. So where does Chase? Are you putting Chase at that 140 number?
Either if I'm the Bengals, if I'm in the Bengals front office, either I'm putting him at the 140, but no lower than CeeDee Lamb, because in my opinion, at least, he's better than CeeDee Lamb. So I say at least 138 at the least.
I think that's reasonable, but Joe Burrow just got that big contract as well. But even after that, I feel like they got enough to pay him.
Yeah, they got a cap space. I think when I looked at the cap space in the NFL, I think we were like top 5, top 6. We weren't out the top 10. I'll say that. We were top 10. We were in the top 10. So they got the money to pay him. I think they just being a pain in the butt right now. I'm playing hard to get, pretty much. I don't know.
Understandable. So you got Joe Burrow, you got Jamar Chase, but everybody else, you got Taylor Britt on the corner on the defense side. Everybody else is a question mark. Is this team good enough, or can you see them in the future making it back to the Super Bowl?
That's a good question. Honestly, we're gonna be like completely. This is me not being a delusional fan. Honestly, do I think they can make it back to the Super Bowl? Yes, but only if they make the right moves. So I feel like they already made a wrong move getting rid of Joe Mixon. But I mean, we judging off. They haven't even played their first game yet, so we don't know how Zach Moss is going to perform. We gonna see tomorrow, so we'll see. We'll see about that. But like I said, do I think they can make the Super Bowl again? Yes. I think it just takes putting back together that roster that they not the same exact roster, but a better roster or close enough roster.
T. Higgins as well too. So
yeah, but T's on a franchise, so he might be going after this year. So like
T. Higgins.
You say what?
How much you paying T. Higgins? You paying him as much as you? So
no. So my thing with T. Higgins, I think he can go to the Panthers, New England, just the Raiders, just to name a few teams. I think he'd go to those teams, be a one. Well, obviously not the Raiders because Devontae Adams there, but all those other teams I think he'd go to those teams, be a one. Jacksonville, he could go to those teams, be a one, and make 120 million or 115 million, which is reasonable. But obviously, speaking from a Bengals fan's perspective, I don't obviously I wouldn't want him to leave. I think depending on where his loyalty's at, if his heart is like pure loyalty, then I think he'll take a cool, I don't know, 90 something, 100, like
Well,
just a flat 100 though, a flat 100, not like
you got him. Do you think he's better than DK Metcalf?
no, because I feel like that's a good question.
Metcalf is at 70.
If you want to be honest, I don't think I think that's a kind of throw up question because we haven't really seen T Higgins as a solidified one. Yes, we see the flashes and the he could be a one type of thing, but we haven't really seen T Higgins for real get. I don't know. I don't know how many averages. I mean, how much a number one receiver, how many catches a number one receiver averages. So I'm just gonna say 50, 60. We haven't seen him touch 50, 60, 70 balls a year. I mean, guess he had 1,000 yards last year, but we haven't seen him where he's the primary target. You said what?
So 2022, we had 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns, 656 yards, 5 touchdowns, and then his first 2 years. So 2021 and 2022, 1,000 yards. 2020, 900. So I mean, he's been a solid. He's putting up number one type numbers as a two. What was
Yeah,
the other one they had? That
Tyler
they
Boyd.
yeah, Tyler Boyd. That's what
I forgot where did he go. I can't remember.
in Tennessee.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think honestly, I think the best thing for the Bengals to do this season with T Higgins, either I don't think they can pay him because they put him on some type of franchise. I don't think they can pay him now, but the best option was to either pay the man or try to seek out an in-season trade for him. And I'm not talking about trade him and get a fifth, sixth round pick.
What is he worth?
I mean, he's not worth a Saquon Barkley or anything, but at least a second. I mean, at the most, a second or like another two or mediocre receiver would be cool. If you ask me, I don't think like obviously we're not asking for Brandon Ayuk, um, Amari Cooper. We're not asking for nobody like a solid Zay Jones.
T. Higgins was Zay Jones. I just have T. Higgins.
Yeah, I agree with you, but like that's the type of deal we'll have to take if we trade him though. Like we're not going to get another T Higgins for T Higgins.
All right, so Zay Jones in a second round pick, third round. Nah, you're not gonna get it.
Yeah, you're not gonna get a second. So like third, fourth round pick, that's fine with me. That'll be, in my opinion, that's an ideal deal. Like somebody that's gonna at least be a solid two for when Jamar Chase is getting double teamed. That could put up 6, 7, 800 yards in the season. That season, that I feel like that's a solid receiver. So like, I don't know. I would say Christian Kirk, but in my opinion, I feel like he's borderline stuck in between a 1 and 2. But at the same time, in my opinion, I think any receiver in the NFL can be a one.
I don't know about that.
Well, let me not say that. I'm not gonna say any receiver in the league can be a one, but like,
They could make it work, but
yeah,
like Darnell Mooney was a number one receiver for the Bears at one point. I mean, he didn't play bad. I see what you mean. It just didn't. It was just his best.
yeah,
But I
but
think
like,
some receivers are built to be a number two receiver.
yeah, understand.
But we're gonna go over the schedule. Tell me win or loss. So they start the season tomorrow against the Patriots at home.
I'll win. It's easy, right?
Chiefs away.
You said Chiefs.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a win. Patrick Mahomes kryptonite.
Commanders.
I want to say win, but I feel like we slip up. Fall off a little bit, and we lose to the Commanders. Yes, I know that's kind of backwards. We win to the Chiefs, lose to the Commanders, but it works like that. It's the NFL.
Panthers.
Win.
Ravens at home.
Ravens at. I'm gonna say loss.
Giants away.
Win. Yeah, win.
A win.
Yep.
Browns home.
Browns home. We gonna go lost there only because of the defense.
Eagles, they are away. I say like they are away. I'm talking about the Bengals.
Yeah. I'm gonna go win, but this. When I did originally look at the schedule, I was saying loss, but based off how the Eagles played last night, I'm gonna go win.
I think it had something to do with that field too. It was
The field was kind of trash, but
they were slipping like Raiders at home.
Win.
Ravens away.
I don't think we go 0-2 against the Ravens in the year. So I'm gonna say loss here, and I'm gonna flip it back to when the Ravens come to our stadium. I'm gonna say win for that one.
Well, you already gave them a loss early.
Yeah, to the Ravens, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
That's your two already.
Exactly. So I don't think we're gonna go 0-2 against the Ravens on the year. So I'm saying
You
we're
already
gonna
got them 0-2.
Exactly. But I'm the one where the Ravens come to Cincinnati.
You make it at a win now.
Yeah, I'm changing that to a win, and then the away game, I'm going to change that to a loss.
Chargers. Away.
What's the current win loss?
You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wins and 1, 2. You got them at 6 and 3.
Okay, we're gonna go win against the Chargers.
Steelers.
I'm gonna say loss. It's Mike Tomlin.
Cowboys away.
Nah, I hate the Cowboys to win.
Titans away.
Titans. Thinking like that, I feel like the Titans are a sleeper team this year. So I'm gonna go.
It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah,
they got a lot of talent though.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm gonna go loss.
Bengals. Browns. Home.
I don't think we lose twice to them in a year either. So we're gonna go win.
Broncos.
Home. Win. Yeah, easy dubs.
Steelers away.
I think we go 1-2 against the Steelers. It's Mike Tomlin, like I said, so we're gonna go loss.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So you got them going 11-6.
Yeah, that's around there. I expect a 10-7, 11-6 season. I don't expect anything crazy this year. Like I said, I think we're gonna be. But at the same time, we are in one of the hardest divisions in football. So
I think the one thing you highlighted is they lose a lot of divisional games. So I mean, then they play that weird game trying to get that last wild card spot because the AFC, you know what that is. So.
Yeah. Like I said, we're in one of the hardest divisions of football. We're not gonna win every divisional game. Come on, we got the Ravens, Mike Tomlin, the Steelers. They don't lose. The Browns are finally mediocre offense, but a good defense. So
I don't know what Deshaun Watson look like. So
yeah.
He ain't been good in a minute if you really think about it.
Since Houston for real. So. And when was that? That year they lost 20. They lost that 24-0 lead or whatever.
Yep, to the Chiefs, right? It was the Chiefs.
Yep, Patrick Mahomes.
Switching to basketball, isn't the NBA season too long? No, the NBA season coming up in October.
No.
You don't think it's too long?
No, I don't know why. I don't know why people think it's too long.
I think it didn't. People don't really care until
playoffs,
April, March. So nobody's gonna watch. People gonna watch the Christmas games, but anything after that, I would say anything before the All-Star break, people really don't care about. Everything after, people start getting into them. But I mean, if it's Thursday night, Lakers versus Golden State, or Thursday night football, I think more people gonna choose Thursday night football to watch. But I don't really want to compare it to that. But I think sometimes it should be shorter. But I think they should play most of their games to start this, like the new year, if that makes sense. The season should start in January, February.
I think the problem is the games are too close together. But at the
Oh,
same
I see.
time, I feel like it has to be like that because there's no way to space out 82 games.
Yeah, yeah, you be playing all
Because
year.
like yeah, injuries play a big part in the NBA season because they are playing 82 games. So they are playing 82 games. So like it's gonna take a toll on their body. So, but I feel like it's also messed up that they have to play. Let's say they had a game Monday, yeah, they might have to go back and play Wednesday. Like I
And
think at least a 2 days rest should be mandatory for each team.
I think the in season tournament is maybe helps it a little bit, but still, it's still
Yeah,
50-game season, more competitive. But I feel like then that just makes it even harder to get into the NBA. So,
yeah.
but what team could surprise us? What's your sleeper team, or the team that'll make the most noise?
Um, I think it's honestly, this is a crazy take, but honestly, I'll say like Orlando.
Me personally, I ain't crazy to say because
Bro, Orlando was the fifth seed last year. Are we forgetting that?
yeah, but they struggled in the playoffs.
No, they didn't. They took the Cavs to seven.
Did they win that series or Cal? No,
No,
Cavs
they
lost that
lost.
series.
They lost, but they took the Cavs to seven.
To
And
me,
you
it's just
got
like
you got to remember they're a young team. On top of that,
so. What's the final? We got them second round, third round.
I think they probably still lose in the first round, but I still think they improved from last season.
Did they pick up anybody new? A 3 year, 66 million Kentavious Caldwell Pope.
Oh yeah, I feel like it's just a W pickup. Gives them more shooting because they were one of the worst 3-point shooting teams in the league last year. I mean, they did pick it up in the playoffs, but when it came to regular season, they were one of the worst. I think only reason I say that because they are young. I just think they continue to get better. I'm not saying they're going to jump up to the third, second, first seed or anything like that. But I do think they make a jump in the seed because I think they were like fifth or sixth last year. So I think they do solidify that five spot. I wouldn't be surprised if they sneak in at the fourth spot, honestly. I think obviously one of my favorite young players to watch. I think Paulo makes a big jump. I think Franz makes a big jump. I think Suggs continues to get better. Hopefully, they figure out their guard situation. I feel like if they figure out their guard situation, get a couple veterans, I think they can make a good little playoff push.
Yeah, they
Honestly,
also bring back Gary Harris on a 2 year 15, Mortiz Wagner 2 year 22, and then Jonathan Isaac 5 year 84. And then they signed his brother 5 year 2024. So
yeah. So I think they could just continue to get better. And I mean, yes, the East got a little tougher with the Knicks building a role player super team, but
yeah, Knicks. I don't know what they got going on.
yeah, no. So, but I think they just continue to get better. Honestly, that's in the East. I mean, in the West. I mean, uh, I think the West is really just the same. I mean, the Mavs might jump up a couple spots. Might they picked up Klay Thompson. Really, I wouldn't be surprised if the Pacers get a little better too. Because who did they just pick up? Didn't they just pick up somebody? I don't know. Yeah,
Pacers
yeah. I don't know if they did.
picked up James Wiseman, I think.
Oh yeah, I think they did pick up Jalen.
Obi Toppin returns. They signed Wiseman,
Okay.
and they draft Furphy, Johnny Furphy,
Yeah.
the Australian sharpshooter.
Actually.
But speaking of the drive, do you think this was one of the worst drives ever in
Uh,
NBA history?
I've
Zachariah
only
Rashard went first overall. I hope
yeah. I
I'm
don't even know
pronouncing
who
that
that is.
right.
I don't even know who that is.
Then you had Alex Starr, and then Reed
Mm-hmm.
Shepard.
Mm-hmm.
Ron Holland went fifth to the Pistons.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only name I probably know.
Yeah.
But what's your
You got
thoughts?
so like you said, do I think this is one of the worst jobs ever? So honestly, I've been living for 20 years. I've been an NBA basketball fan, basketball enthusiast. For about I want to say 13 years of my 20. So, of my 13 years of living, I will say yes, this is one of the worst draft class I've seen. But I also don't want to say it's one of the worst because we can also see a lot of good things from this draft. Um, I feel like it was the most potential based drafts ever. Like it was
Yeah, I feel
just a
like
lot
there's
of
just a lot of question marks with everybody.
right. So um, because I feel like it didn't have that superstar player that just was like
Yeah, we
talked
know who
about in the
that
media
is.
by everybody and hyped the draft up and stuff like that. It wasn't a Wimbyama, it wasn't a Paolo Banchero, nothing like that. Joel Embiid, it wasn't nothing like that. So like understandable why people think that, but just coming from a person like I said that just watch basketball, looks into it and all that, I think it's like you said, just a bunch of based off potential, really just raw talent wise. Like it's just a lot of raw talent. They gotta be molded into NBA players, if that makes sense. Like, you know?
Yeah, for the 2025 draft, if I'm not mistaken, Cooper Flag is projected number one.
Yeah,
So
of course.
we know who Cooper Flag is, but
Yeah,
this year I don't know. Just a lot of question marks.
yeah.
But for one of the draft picks, Bronny, LeBron James' son, obviously, 55th overall pick by the Lakers.
Uh-huh. All right.
What's the expectations for him? Do
Okay.
you see him? Yeah, I'll just let you go ahead.
Okay. Now, this is going to be the topic of the night right here. All right. Good thing you saved it for last. Honest opinion on Brownie. Okay. Disclaimer: I am not an NBA scout. I am not a pro player, but I have watched a lot of basketball in my lifetime. I played a lot of basketball, still play to this day. So I feel like I know what I'm talking about to a certain extent. Obviously, I'm not a pro evaluator or anything like that. But just coming from a person that's seen basketball at a lot of different levels, Bronny, first thing first, what do I expect from Bronny? Nothing. All right. You might feel people might feel like I'm stealing this from Gilbert Arenas, but bro, let's be for real. I agree with Gilbert Arenas when he says he's a 55th overall pick. In what year's draft have we looked at the 55th overall pick and said we expected him to average 30 or come in and be an instant impact? Honestly, if you look back at every draft, nobody said anything about the 55th overall pick, and nobody even expects the 55th overall pick to make a roster. Now, do I think he was given that roster spot solely because his dad is LeBron James? Yes. Thirdly, um, do I think people putting the expectation on him because he's LeBron James' son? Of course. But what I expect from Rodney is just going in and day out and just learning from everybody around him, getting used to being in the NBA, getting used to the plays, et cetera, et cetera. Just really getting used to the NBA playing style. Because, like I say to a lot of people, college gameplay and NBA gameplay are two different things. It's not the same. College is systematic, so more like kind of like AAU. Even though AAU nowadays is a little different, it's not as much systematic. When I played, it's kind of freelance and let your star player do what he do. Now, in high school is more like the NBA. You let your star players go, everybody else take a role and go with it. Now, no disrespect to Drew Holiday or nothing like that, but Bronny is a Drew Holiday type player. Am I saying he's on Drew Holiday level? No, but he has the intangibles and the skill set of Drew Holiday. He can shoot. He can shoot the skin off the ball. Yes, I know he struggled in the summer league, but it happens. It's summer league. That's what it's there for them to get used to the game, get used to the pace, etc., etc. Right? But if you look at Bronny high school stats, a little bit of his college stats, Bronny can actually shoot the ball. Bronny's also a good on-ball defender, and he's overly athletic. So with those three things right there, I think Bronny will be an absolute. Not gonna say great, but he'll be a great. I'm saying great, but obviously he's not gonna be like one of the best. But like obviously he's gonna be for a team. Obviously he's gonna be a great role player. Play some defense, stand in the corner, shoot a little bit. Um, You know, he can create his own shot a little bit. If needed, he could create his own shot. Obviously, bro, but I think people are overreacting because it is LeBron James' son. He wasn't taken in the first round, obviously. Just like I told people when he was back in high school, a lot of people was talking down on him when he was back in high school. Like, bro, first thing first, we go back and look at the team Bronny on his freshman year of high school. They had Brandon Boston Jr. He plays for the Spurs now. They had Zaire Williams. He just got traded. I forgot where he got traded to, but he just got traded. They had Cy Odom, who's playing at
Brooklyn
Howard
Nets.
right now. Uh, they had Terrence Frank, who's somewhere playing in college right now. They had Amari Bailey, who's on the Hornets right now. They had a handful of NBA D1 talent. So him being a freshman, of course he's not going to get that much playing time. Of course he's not going to average that much. Then we go to his sophomore season. His sophomore season comes around, he can't play because he ends up tearing his meniscus. Cool, set a year out. Junior year, he's still dealing with that meniscus, but he comes back towards the middle end of the season and he plays all right. Senior year, averages goes up. He averages about 14, 15 points. I don't think that's crazy. Like, if you really sit down and watch Bronny play, and if you know basketball and you break down his film and everything, if you ask me, he's an NBA level talent. Well, he has the potential to be NBA level talent. Let me say that. Let me say that. Because I don't think people just look at him. People think he's LeBron. He's supposed to be LeBron. He's supposed to go out there and get 30 every time he touches the floor, which is not the case. And he just plays the game the right way. And I say, do it bite him in the butt sometimes, yes, because he just and I take nothing from him because there's nothing wrong with playing the game the right way. But obviously, sometimes you got to know to flip that switch and just go. Um, but other than that, obviously he has flaws in his game. Everybody has flaws in their game. Um, but other than that, bro, like I think people are putting too high of an expectation on a 55th overall pick, which is the second round, bro. It's 2 rounds in the NBA draft. He was 5 picks away from the 60th. So I think people just setting their expectations too high and things of that nature. I don't think I don't really expect too much from Rodney. I'm not looking for the man to go average 10 points right off the bat.
Yeah,
Be surprised if he averages 3.
Bronny averaged 4.8 points in high school. I mean, not high school. I'm sorry. At one season at USC, and then some notable second round picks: Nikola Jokic, Draymond Green, Chris Middleton, Marcus Gasol, Gilbert Arenas was a second round pick himself. So Manu Ginobili, but nobody, like you said, nobody really expected these dudes to come in and you know what I mean.
Exactly.
Nobody, yeah, because Nurkic was in front of Jokic in Denver, then they traded him for him. So nobody expected Draymond Green to be what he is now. Even Chris
Exactly.
Middleton, but
Exactly.
and then some notable guards ahead of on the Lakers. You got Gabe Vincent, Max Christie.
hmm
I don't
hmm
know if you consider Cam Reddish a guard or not.
I say he's more of a 3, more of a 2-3. Sometimes you could throw him at the 4. It depends.
So right now on the depth chart, they got Bronny James, the third point guard.
Which
So
is understandable. He be surprised. He's gonna get chump minutes, bro. He's gonna get
I can
30
see
seconds left.
him.
30
I can
seconds
see
left on the
him.
clock. We're down 30, or we're up 30. A minute and a half left on the clock. We're down 30. We're up 30. He's gonna get those minutes. He's not gonna check in the second quarter with 8 minutes left. He's not gonna check in the fourth quarter with 50 seconds left. We're down 2. He's not going to check in those moments, bro. He's going to get tough minutes. And I need people to understand that. That's going to be like, people going to expect him. I don't know. Like I said, it comes with the expectation of being one of the best basketball players ever to touch the floor.
Yeah,
So,
honestly, I think it's just his name getting him in the league. But
right.
and I don't want to put him like on a lower pedestal. But I think he should have stayed another year at USC. But I
Agreed.
think this is LeBron last year, regardless. So
Nah, LeBron's on a 3-year deal.
he
So,
trying to play with Bryce, but
nah,
is Bryce a
he
senior?
I think this is his senior. I think this is his senior year.
I don't know.
Yeah, but I think
Can you go? Do you have to do a year of?
college.
Yeah.
Yeah, or go to the G League or overseas. Like I think People are too caught up in the numbers and really don't sit down and look. People are too caught up in the numbers and they don't sit down and look at what a person can actually do with a basketball. Yeah.
So,
Honestly, bro, if I'm gonna be honest, bro, to a certain extent, outside of my high school years, if you go back 8th grade and not 8th grade, because I was actually pretty good. 7th grade, 6th grade, and beforehand, you look at my numbers, you say, bro, this nigga's gonna be a scrub. Not putting myself up there. I'm not Bronny James. Bronny James is better than me, but just saying, like, bro, if you look back, you wouldn't expect me to be half as decent as what I am now. That's all I'm saying. People get too caught up in the numbers and not really what goes on behind closed doors, you know?
understandable. Got anything else, or we good?
I mean, types of
It's gonna be wrap it up for this one. I think we talked about a lot of good stuff. It'll be interesting to see what they do with Bronny and what the Bengals gonna do this season. But
Super Bowl, baby. Nah, I'm trolling, man. That's me being a good fan.